This is Scott Tillman. I'm here with Pat Harrigan, and he's running for Congress in North Carolina's 14th Congressional District. And today, Pat is going to sign the U.S. Term Limits Amendment pledge for 3 House terms and 2 Senate terms. Pat, why don't you tell us why you support term limits on Congress?
Scott, thanks for having me this morning. Thanks for all that you guys stand for over at U.S. Term Limits. I'm very glad to be a part of it. Look, our founding fathers never intended for the creation of a permanent elite political class in this country. And there's many different reasons for that, but one of the biggest is because the longer that someone serves, the greater the opportunity there is for corruption. And boy, don't we have corruption in this country right now. We don't just have it in the federal level up in Washington, D.C. Right in North Carolina, where I come from, we have massive issues in corruption with our state legislature. Our state legislature, which is a Republican supermajority, they can literally do whatever they want to do legislatively, somehow managed to pass Obamacare expansion. They sacrificed that on the altar of $125 million worth of gambling special interest money against the will of the people, but because it lined the pockets of the legislators and it lined the pockets of their special interests. That's disgusting. It's pathetic. It shouldn't be happening in North Carolina, and it shouldn't be happening in Washington, D.C. And that's why I'm signing the U.S. Term Limits Amendment Pledge, because I won't do it in Washington, D.C., and I want to prevent others from becoming corrupt in D.C. as well.
And it's very exciting when a candidate signs the pledge. They're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're telling voters in writing that they intend to do what voters want. 80% of people in the United States want term limits on Congress, but when candidates get elected, they tend to shy away from that. They don't want to honor that pledge. They don't want to do what their constituents want. And the reason for that, a big reason for it, is that they understand that there's a lot they can get out of being in office. And that's what the corruption that you're talking about. When they start representing their own financial interests or interests of a few special interests rather than their constituents, that's corruption. The longer they're in office, the more temptation there is to move that way. And when candidates like you sign up for term limits and sign up for a term limits pledge to apply term limits to everyone, it makes a big difference. So putting pen to paper and signing this is something that goes a long way with voters. Thank you for doing that.
Well, Scott, thanks for holding me accountable by doing this and having this on video as well. Look, I'm a big believer that representatives need to go to Washington, D.C. to represent the will of the people, to accomplish the change that they want to see happen in Washington, D.C. And as you said, far too often, that doesn't happen. And the folks that end up going to D.C. are the ones that actually intend on getting served as opposed to providing selfless service. I'm proud to sign this term limits pledge today, and I'm proud to be a part of the U.S. term limits mission to better this country. There you go, Scott. Let's go make some change.
Thank you so much. We're going to get the word out to let people know that you have signed on to the pledge and let people know that there's lots of candidates who do support this and that they should support those candidates. Thank you so much. Is there anything you'd like to tell us about your campaign?
Yeah, hey, look, guys, we got one of the top 3 primary races across the country, and we are neck and neck. It is an awesome race. We're in a great position. And if you'd like to learn more about it, you can go to harriganforcongress.com. That's Harrigan, spells Harrigan, like the old Yankee Doodle Dandy jingle. But thanks again, Scott, for providing this opportunity today. I look forward to partnering with you all over the long term to accomplish change in this country.